yeah. And it's totally legit that I charge him for it, too.
Right, no, that makes sense, though, because, like, of course you'd have to pay for it. Like, if he wasn't paying for it, I'd be suspicious. If he
Yeah,
wasn't even charging.
exactly. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense at all, would it?
Alright,
And
roll
I'll
me
keep the prices low, of course, but we'll see what I can do for him.
roll me 4 tests.
Okay, so we got tech cues, and I don't think
It
they
is
took the tools.
so these customizations are actually trade armor.
Ooh, trait armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't have that yet.
They go,
So
Brett,
that actually
please,
ruins my whoops. I'll
as
maybe I'll still
they all
try.
bring the guns up. As they all bring the guns up, they're like, "Yeah, so can you do this for me?"
Let's see.
Just a bunch of starry-eyed young bucks.
Yeah, of course, of course. And what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and avoid armor. Tone it back down, and I'm just going to go ahead and go over them, make sure that they're actually working. They're didn't get like the duds and stuff. I will go with tech use. I will be
Sure
doing a
thing.
mechanic check instead of armor.
All right, fair enough.
I gotta get that. There we go. And they took my weapons, but I still have the combi tools, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My impulse unit doesn't count. Okay. So yeah, so that's gonna be plus 10.
I thought you said my nipples unit. I was like, what?
That's
Oh
what I
no,
heard.
That's how they measure things.
That's what I heard.
yeah,
Yeah, you get your hands on the first one, and you look it over. You're like, "Oh yeah, yep, yep."
Mhm.
It's in working order, and as you hand it back, you accidentally bang it against the bed you're working on, leaving this big dent in the rifle butt.
It's fine. It's fine.
That'll buff out.
Exactly. Let's do number 2.
All right, go for it.
Wait, you use tech use on this? Damn it!
I'm using tech use.
I'm better at tech use than I am trade armor. I should have been using that the whole time.
This one you managed to polish up. It looks relatively new. Well done.
Wonderful.
It is now parade ready.
Hey. Oh gosh, this one's.
This one is less good, as in your attempt to polish this, you actually crack the lens in the barrel. The good news is the other soldier isn't paying too much attention. He's playing cards with the other guys. So you just sort of like get some paint and you paint over it and then you hand it back to him.
He won't notice. And last one. Man, 50-50s, am I right? And the exact opposite. Good 50-50.
Yeah, this one you find out actually has a pretty severe short circuit loop where the charge pack is. There's a pretty good chance that this would actually explode had he fired it.
Oh damn.
So you managed to fix that, and it is now perfectly functional.
Whew, well, dodged a little bit of a bullet there.
Yeah, overall, you have done as much damage as you have prevented, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what 50-50 gets me. At least I didn't try to trade armor yet.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been so good.
Oh god.
But
what is trade even based off of here? Int? Okay, yeah, so it'd be the same thing.
Still an intelligence test, so that's not half bad.
Still, only thing that I have 2 check marks in right now, and I still only get that far. Ugh.
Yeah, basically.
Still, I at least made them feel happy, and that's what's important here, because, oh gosh, I'm gonna need a lot of friends upcoming.
Oh, yeah. You can
Next 24 hours, I'm gonna need a lot of people who don't want to see me die.
Yep, so there's that. Alright, so Alexander, you've managed to effectuate the repairs on the Sentinel. And one thing that you've managed to notice is that you can actually plug into these with your Mind Impulse unit, which is pretty interesting for future reference. The other thing you notice is that these are all push to start, meaning potentially anybody could just, so long as they could get past the compartment, because these are all closed cockpits, if they could get into that, they could just push it to start, and it looks as though all of these Sentinels are kept armed and ready to rock.
Noted.
Of course, where you're going to find someone with operate surface is beyond me. So, what would you like to do in the meantime? As the next day goes down and the commissar is fast at work.
Huh. I guess. You know, everyone seems so unkeen to have me around working on fixing stuff. Maybe I ought to enter that fighting competition. I don't
Fun hole in
imagine
the
the
bone.
AdMech gets a lot of representation in the morale field.
Sure. You managed to approach your lieutenant. He's actually at the officers' quarters if you'd like to go there.
I mean, I'll certainly stand outside it.
I mean, you know that technically you're supposed to go through your sergeant in order to talk to the lieutenant.
Oh
but
god, this again.
You don't have a sergeant?
Yeah, well then I'm not gonna... I guess I'll go to Jort and ask him what he did.
However, on your way past, one thing you do know is that for the most part, every officer has sort of like an aide de camp. Lieutenants typically don't, but these tend to be pretty well off lower officers. So you could leave the request with like their secretary.
Is that following the chain of command in the pre-designed way?
In the pre-designed way? Fuck no. Definitely
well, see,
not.
here's the problem, is that he specifically talked to me about this, which means that if he remembers me, then it's a problem.
Yeah. If he remembers you.
Well, I'm not going to play...
Although, potentially you could go to Staff Sergeant Jones, who is your platoon staff sergeant. So, since your sergeant is gone, technically the next person in the line of command is Staff Sergeant Jones.
I guess I'll try that, since technically it's a different person.
Okie doke. Oh, but also technically you're the tech priest, so you're kind of just assigned to this platoon. Potentially you could just go straight to the lieutenant if you wanted.
But he's already told me that he... Oh, okay.
If it was in line with like your specific duties, you could go straight to him. So if it was related to tech repair or engines, you could definitely just go straight to
I'm
LP.
just going to throw this out there
for
once.
future clarification.
I'm just going to throw this out there once. Just because I've got to test the waters. Are you trying to trick me right now?
I wouldn't do that.
Is that a trick?
I mean, that's definitely a trick. I would definitely do that. I'm just not doing it in this situation.
I can't see your face so clearly that I can't tell if this is a trick too. Is this a quadruple blind right now?
No, this is not an actual trick. This is because you are a tech priest, technically you're assigned to the platoon as a whole. Sort of like a medic isn't really assigned to a specific squad, they're platoon level. So you could just go straight to lieutenant so long as it was in line with your duties. So for example, if the lieutenant needed to know that, like, oh, by the way, most of our vehicles have no promethium or their tracks have been blown off, you don't have to go to the sergeant and then the sergeant goes to the staff sergeant and then so on. If it's related to your duties as an engine seer, you can relate that directly to your lieutenant.
Now, is this considered one of those?
What's that? No, that is not at all related to this. So you would still have to go to your staff sergeant.
Right, so I go to the staff sergeant, not the lieutenant, as you have specifically implied.
Well, I said if it's in line with your duties, which entering a brawling competition does not seem particularly related to a tech priest.
Right. So this is just a notification of intent.
Yep.
Okay, so then I report to the staff sergeant about
going
this.
forward, because you wouldn't know that unless I told you. So going forward, you can talk to your lieutenant in those specific situations. Sort of like how the sergeant was talking to the major, specifically as the major wanted direct intel from the forward observation units.
Well, I would assume the things that I don't know out of character are things I could make an intelligence roll on in character, since I have that whole implant thing going on.
Correct. Also, because of that implant, I'll usually just provide you with that information, because your intelligence plus 20, unless it's something that would be game breaking, I'm probably not going to make you roll.
Right, on natural intelligence.
Exactly. So, Staff Sergeant Jones, I think, is where we left off.
Staff sergeant, is that that's not officer? That is officer rank, isn't it?
Nope,
Is it not?
that's NCO.
Okay. Sorry, I will admit right now, my knowledge of military ranks and whatnot is all typically movie related.
That's fine, and quite frankly, the Imperial Guard works different than like modern day army ranks.
I mean, literally, the last staff
Like,
sergeant
for
I remember
example-
seeing in a movie was Battlefield LA, and everybody fucking saluted that guy. So,
Interesting. All right. I mean, yeah, no, that shouldn't be a thing. Like, there are certain circumstances where you will salute an NCO, and technically, you can just salute anyone as a sign of respect. But
yeah,
for the most
especially
part,
when
it's
you're
not an
standing on the edge of
obligation
the
an officer.
standing on the edge of the trenches, and I want everybody to know the person I'm in front of is an officer.
Yeah. Shoot this one. Yeah, that one right there.
Fuck, what are you doing? Just put your
All
hand
right,
down.
So, do you want to try and enter into this brawling competition?
Might as well. Let's make it interesting so that George's not fighting NPCs the whole way.
Alrighty. So as you approach the staff sergeant, he's sort of hanging out with a bunch of the other non-commissioned officers at the smoke pit, and he looks over and he goes, "Something I can help you with, Engine Seer?"
I wanted to put in a notification of intent to enter the fisticuffs to help
But the
morale.
brawling tournament.
Yes.
And he sort of looks at you and goes, "You've had some modifications done since the last time I saw you, huh?
What? Where?
Right, with the metal and like all the pieces, and like I'm pretty sure you don't have like a gut anymore. Like that's
Sure I
all
do.
metal now."
Well, then what happens to this area here when I sit down?
I understand what you're trying to tell me.
Sorry, I've tried to program myself with humor. It doesn't seem to be working.
He goes, "Right, well, I mean, technically you're a part of the platoon, so yeah, you can sign up. Just some of the boys might not take kindly to having to punch a piece of metal over and over again. Also, bear in mind all of those," and he points to like your mechadendrites. He goes, "It's an unarmed competition, so don't be beating anybody with any pieces of metal." Yeah?
It's a ballistic mechadendrite. It wouldn't be used
Then
for that.
definitely don't shoot them either.
It is
Dang.
currently unloaded.
Fantastic. Yeah, so long as you use your bare hands, can't see why there'd be a problem.
Understood.
Now we gotta get mutations to get bare hands.
Yeah.
There you
Of
go.
course,
All
we
right,
all
so you
hate
are
mutants, so that wouldn't really work out for me in the long run.
all right. So
Uh,
you are officially in the fight. Well done.
Jort never registered. He just was just gonna show up. Do I have to register?
No, you can just hop in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
You
oh
do
shit,
know-
maybe I have to register.
You do know there are a few people who have already sort of made it known that they're going to compete. Most of them are just regular guardsmen. A few of them are some pretty hefty heavy gunners like yourself. But for the most part, Jort, you are the favorite to win.
All right.
Namely because
already-
everybody is already convinced that since you beat that servitor, how hard could it be to beat a tech priest?
Yeah, right. I'm already bullying the servitors.
Yeah.
Give me that box, boy.
The rumors about how both you're too strong and you're too stupid to live.
I mean, not gonna lie, my intelligence is like 29. Yeah, 20.
I mean, yeah, I assume it's a dump stat for most people. I mean, my
Alrighty, so
unnatural intelligence isn't going to help me beat somebody in the face.
sadly there is no like Sherlock Holmes like assistance thing here where
I mean,
it's
to
like,
fair,
all right,
that's-
I'll just plan my attack ahead of time.
That's literally what the fate point is. It's literally, okay, that plan of attack didn't work. Let's try this again.
Okie doke. All right, so if you guys want, you can continue walking around, try and plan your next stages, or you can skip towards the fisticuffs. However, if you go to the fisticuffs, that's basically like the last night before the investigation concludes with the
Right.
commissar.
And I think Raygun's problem is that he doesn't have the necessary skills to accomplish his thing. Is that what you were saying before? You don't have enough charm or something?
Depends on what he
Yeah.
wants to do.
Yeah, I don't have any charm, so I can't really talk anyone up. The best I can do is intimidate people, so I gotta figure out, like, how could I do that? Or sneak around.
Or, to put this out there, you're not competing in the fisticuffs.
Hmm.
There's going to be a lot of people watching the fisticuffs. If you're going to sneak around and do something beyond somebody getting
Right.
whipped, it seems like the best time for you.
Right, exactly. But it also assumes, like, that maybe I can succeed at that, and on 50-50s, that's a lot of going, I wonder if I'll just die.
Well, here's the problem, I feel, Griff, is you know that you're guilty. So is that 50-50? Is that 50-50 better than knowing you're guilty?
Maybe the investigation just goes in my favor.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Though I see these rolls out of
Right.
character.
I mean,
He's
it's
got
true.
OJ's lawyer. The glove didn't fit.
Or maybe you get assigned to a penal battalion. It's not instant death. Just very much close to
Or
it.
is it?
It's just death aligned.
Still, the thing is, like, if I did sneak in somewhere to, like, mess with the investigation, I'm not really sure what I would do then. Like, just taking everything and trashing it is like, yeah, someone messed with this, it's Ray Gun, just kill him. It's like, alright, that didn't do me any good.
Well, I mean, more
You
so
can
that
kill
you
the
can see.
commissar.
I mean, more so you can see the leads and then investigate those leads yourself in the day-ish or the less than the day that you have left.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I could try to beat him to the punch a little bit and see, like, who he's been talking to and try to maybe see what else I can do there. Maybe I can actually find some people to talk to. I think I have an idea. One that's been brewing otherwise, I just haven't had a target yet. So yeah, I guess across, like, the past couple days, who have I seen him talk to?
You've seen him talk to a number of people.
Mhm.
For the most part, it looks as though he has interrogated the two people with the litter bearers. He's
Mhm.
actually had them brought from the front to interrogate them. He's also interrogated the primary surgeon. And he's done a lot of sort of supervising, like investigating your guys' gear, investigating other things. You won't really know unless you like break into his office or pickpocket his data slate exactly what he's been up to. But you've definitely seen both the doctor and the litter bearers brought into his office. You've also seen the priests in and out of his office pretty frequently, but that's about it.
Oh, right, the tech priest has been going in and out all the time.
No, these are the ecclesiarchs. The
Oh,
actual,
oh, right. Okay.
right. The
I guess
itinerant
technically
priests.
both is true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, the best I have is, like, spreading goodwill so that no one says anything bad about me, and I've gotten as far as ruining a couple guns.
Yeah, your attempt to additionally, you're not entirely sure how much goodwill it would take for a platoon to stand against a commissar.
Right, I'm not looking at a revolution here. I'm looking for... I need someone to recommend my name, I think.
Oh, you're trying to get promoted to sergeant.
Well, I mean, he joked about it earlier, but I think that's actually the key here.
So if you would like to get promoted to sergeant, your best options are to talk with your commanders, your commanding officers, try and convince your
Mhm.
staff sergeant. Potentially try and get some other people that might have some respect of the officer corps to put
Mhm.
your name forward.
Right. There are Laszlo's, like, fellow sergeants. They all saw the whipping, and there is a funeral that was supposed to happen at some point, an unspecified point.
Hmm.
So perhaps I will go and mourn with them
Oh God.
and tell them about yeah, Laszlo in his final moments fought an orc hand to hand. He's the greatest person I ever saw. It was an honor to be with him and stuff like that. And see
Don't
if I
forget
can at
his
least get in
humor.
their good graces while we collectively mourn.
I gotta say,
That's an option. Go for it.
I am so against this.
Yeah. I mean, like, the role here would probably end up being charm, and as discussed, I can't succeed on a 2 or a 1.
Oh, I don't even mean that. I know
Yeah.
you and me, Griff. I can't imagine in this game having you as my sergeant.
Yeah,
Well-
no.
Get used to it.
No, you guys don't
Oh,
even
maybe
know.
if my name,
This is the
I
worst
don't have to
outcome.
accept it. I
Is
don't
this-
have to accept being a sergeant. I just need to get recommended enough that I don't get killed. And that's all I need. But yeah, so the talk probably isn't going to be convincing for them. But the only argument I can have is that while we're talking, I could try to be aware of what they're saying, how they're feeling, and how they're reacting, and focus in that direction. Solve some of their problems that they have before they go out into the field and offer up that. Maybe I can try doing something with that. I'm gathering information.
Whatever you'd like to do. Just
Okay.
how would you like to go about doing it? You do
Uh,
find out that they are having a funeral for Sergeant Laszlo.
Mhm.
It's basically the day before the boxing match.
Okay. In that case, yeah, attending the funeral and afterwards maybe having a talk with the sergeants, like I said.
All right. So the funeral that takes place, everyone is sort of marched out in formation. They stand up along in sort of ranks and files, sort of along the watch, and they actually set what's left of Sergeant Laszlo's body out on a. It's not even really a pyre. It's mostly just barrels filled with promethium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
there's
they-
nothing even in there. There's nothing to put in there.
We're gonna grill him.
Yeah, and effectively, what they do is as they set there, they basically give him a Viking funeral that burns up. And let's just see how effective this is. Yeah, it's pretty effective. You see the Master Sergeant, the Rattlings from before have actually rigged it up to where the heat from sort of like this ad hoc furnace is enough. He was the first on his feet and the first to demand that he be sent to the front lines to take the fight to the enemy. And he did, single-handedly fighting off hordes of greenskins. We are unlikely to see anyone like Sergeant Laszlo again, but he needs to stand as an icon for all of you, so that you might attempt in your floundering and uncoordinated, slack-jawed, cowardly endeavors to at least partially emulate this great NCO. Because if any of you maggots were even 5%, 2% what Sergeant and he goes on for that for a while.
Yeah.
Eventually it dies down and you see the sergeants go up and they start sending everybody out on their way.
Mm-hmm.
You see off in the background the Master Sergeant, the Rattling, is basically selling what appears to be some form of alcoholic beverage.
Ooh. You know what? I got some chits. I'm gonna buy like 4 or 5 drinks, as much as needed for as many of the other sergeants are around.
Yeah, sure. As you go up there, you notice that he actually has like a mini stall that he set up, and there's low sticks in the background, which provide some benefits. He actually has bags of recaf, like coffee, which will take away one of your fatigue when you drink it.
Ooh.
There's a lot of cool stuff there, but mainly you also see the sort of like giant keg of strange alcohol. And as you go up in order, he goes, right, so let's see. 1 cup of our patented departmental Munitorum brew is 100 chits.
100?
Yeah,
And out of
100
character,
chits
how
per
many
cup.
sergeants were there?
Well, technically, there's a sergeant per squad. You guys have 5 squads. You're down 1 sergeant on account of him being, not alive anymore.
So we're up to
So
4.
there's 4 sergeants.
Alright, I'm giving them 500 chits.
Right, it's only. Oh, right, because you want 5 drinks. Here you go.
Yeah.
And he pours it out, and you hear some other people going like, "Wait a second, a week's of my salary is like 300. You mean a week salary? I can only get 3 drinks?" He goes, yeah, well, it's been at war for like a decade now. Inflation's a motherfucker, so it's a wartime economy, son. I'm not sure how much $300 would have got you back home, but here it gets you 3 cups of ale, or if you buy 2 cups, I'll throw in a pack of low sticks.
I'll go ahead and toss him another 100. It's like, get one for him too.
Oh, money bags. I like this one. Right, here you go. Drink up, pup.
And
He
I'll go
pours it
ahead
out.
and hand it over to him. It's like, here you go. First one's on me.
He goes, now that's leadership. You see as he's drinking, he shows the cup off to all of his friends who are like looking at their chits being like, I don't even understand why we'd save it up. Like if a cup of Joe is fucking 100 chits, how much is a Lamborghini? How much is an apartment? How do they live here like this? But yeah, you managed to provide the sergeants with the beverages. They look over and they're like, "You really just spent what 400 chits on alcohol? Are you trying to become friends with us, son?"
What else am I going to spend it on?
Right. So here's the deal: we're not allowed to fraternize with the lower enlisted. So thank you, but we can't partake. It's uncouth.
Well, Laszlo isn't here to say goodbye or anything, and your other options are Jort and the Tech Priest. One for
Wait,
him?
what are you trying to say?
I'm here to pour one out for you. For him.
I suppose
what
we
this
could
is
do that
for.
much in his memory. So he goes, fair enough. Come on, soldier. Let's say goodbye.
Alright.
And he leads you over to the corpse, and now it's just a charred corpse of Laszlo, just sort of like a skeleton that's, but just screaming, but a skeleton.
Yeah.
And they go, Sergeant Laszlo was a real tough son of a bitch. The fact that he got means it could happen to any one of us. And he pours one out to whatever poor bastard wants to take on those stripes. And he takes it and he starts pouring it out. Everybody else does the same. You feel like this might be your only opportunity to make your bid.
Yeah, this is my only bid right here. Never really got to take the bullet for him after what he did for me, but
Yeah, you whipped the shit out of him, son.
whew, I didn't think I had that wrist power, but
Yeah, none of us did. Be honest with me. You didn't like him very much, did you? You finally got your chance to take it out of his hide and you fucking took it.
what? What do you mean? No one here likes him more than I ever did. Because he's the only person who I could think of who would go out and do something like that for somebody like me. Man's
Well,
a
if we
hero just for that.
Fair enough. Well,
Can only hope I can be kind of as brave as he was.
tie you to the pole and whip the shit out of you if you like.
I'm not sure if that'd help at this point.
At least you pay more of your specs than the rest of everybody else. That's got to count for something.
It does. We're without a sergeant now, too.
Yeah, well, who would you recommend? Who do you think can fill his shoes?
I guess, like I said earlier, we got Jort and we got the tech priest.
Mm-hmm.
You can see options are low here.
Yeah, Jort's strong, but he's not too bright. He's a good boy, but he ain't that bright.
Nah, I agree. He's a good person, though. And the
And
tech
quite
priest,
frank, the
he,
less
he
said
ain't
about
that
a
bad.
fucking cogboy, the better.
Hmm.
They're not like us. They got bolts for brains. I mean, I'm sure he'd be a fine commander, processing the right strategies and all, but I feel like he wouldn't shed a tear over a few meat bags biting it.
I think he cried more over the Auspex going down.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Still, he at least kept them going.
Well, tell you what, I don't like any of those options. Quite frankly, you're a criminal.
Yeah. Really rising to the top here, aren't I?
And you're not even a good one. Like, how many times have you gotten caught?
Well, if we're going to talk about back home, we're looking at double digits.
And now, from what I understand, the commissar's about to lynch you up high for running away from a battle or some shit. Scuttlebutt says.
I think that's maybe exaggerated.
Well, whatever it is, I would not like to be in your shoes.
Still, if there's one bullet I'd want to take, it's probably not from a commissar. I'd rather it be out there. At least I'd feel better about Laszlo going down that way.
Well, you know, we happen to have a new arrival in camp who's looking for a few able bodies. Now, it was supposed to be down to Gilligan here, him and his team, but I suppose if you were to be nominated as sergeant, up and comer like yourself might want to take on his responsibilities. Because if you did that, my understanding is that, well, right after that boxing competition, they're slotted for a long flight far away from here for a few weeks. Who
A big
knows?
long mission.
Maybe by the time you came back, that commissar wasn't alive anymore to prosecute you.
I can only hope to be so lucky, but, well, I've been lucky before.
And if not, my understanding is that our new arrival has the kind of clout that could supersede the commissar's findings.
Who the hell is this guy?
You didn't find out? Didn't ask around town about anything?
Guess I've been talking to the wrong people.
Apparently. Tell you what, take a walk by the officers' quarters. Last one on the right, all the way in the back. If you recognize his symbol, you'll understand why he has so much sway. And if you don't, hell, even better, you got no reason not to sign up. But if you're willing to take on Gilligan's mission, I'm pretty sure we'd all be willing to vote for you. I mean, obviously voting doesn't really matter as to who gets nominated here, but we can put in a good word.
Yeah, that's true. Best I can ask for. Again, better lucky than good. And I'll go ahead and finish pouring out.
All right, you pour it out. They pour it out, and as you're walking away, you notice that they didn't pour all of it out, and they finished the glass.
Yeah. I still got some
Yeah.
later.
You only
That's
gotta
what
pour a
drinks
little
do.
bit out for the homies. Not the whole bottle.
It's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna buy like a 2-gallon jug. And just like, oh yeah, it's all wet. Put it on the fires. Wait, it's alcohol. Shit. But yeah, I'll
I mean-
take their advice. I'm gonna go take a look and see what I see.
Sure. As you're walking by, you see that the field surgeon is standing outside talking with one of the ecclesiarchy priests, and he's pointing in your direction. And the priest sort of glances over and starts walking in a direction. You could probably lose him if you wanted to, or you could keep walking. It's your call.
Well, the last time I heard of someone I was talking to got swept up by the ecclesiarchy, they were never seen again, and I got all their money. I don't want anyone else getting my money, so I'm gonna try losing him real quick. Like I didn't see him. Let's see if
All
it
right.
works.
Just roll me a stealth.
Stealth, 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 stealth. Boop. Oh, it worked.
As you
It
you
worked.
walk you walk directly into the Departmentum Unitorum. You see the Rattling's like, oh fuck, I forgot what the voice they do.
Irish.
Irish Scottish, right?
Yeah.
They go, what are you doing walking here for? This is the Departmentum. Where are you going? As you would just walk right past them and slide past the fuel tank.
Mhm.
And they're like, why does everybody just keep walking through here? It's getting on my nerves. And then the priest comes up and says, oh, hello, Father. How are you today?
Oh, perfect.
Praise be the God Emperor of mankind. Hallowed be his name and his golden throne. And I love him so much. He's the best ever in the world. I wish I had a picture of him so I could pray to it every day, but I don't. So I'll just go in the back and make an effigy out of bullets, I guess.
And then, of course, the ecclesiarchy goes, well, I happen to have several pictures right here.
Yeah, and he gets completely caught up in proselytizing about how great the Emperor is, allowing you to sneak through the back and around to where you need to go.
Oh, perfect. So now let's see what I see.
Yeah, what you see is, let's see if I can just drop this onto the map for you all to see it. Can you see this giant token of fun?
Yep, it's
Oh,
up there.
God, the Inquisition's here.
Oh boy.
You may or may not know what it is. Roll. Oh my goodness. So technically this would be a forbidden lore, but just for the sake that it exists at all, just roll me a common lore. Let's see. What do you?
I got Creed, I got Ecclesiarchy, I got War.
We're saying the Krieg. Don't we have a negative thing for Forbidden Lore?
Technically, this just to know that it exists shouldn't be forbidden.
What they do and exactly how they operate, probably totally. It's like, yeah, I know the CIA exists. What do they do? I don't know. They haven't told us.
Yeah, you have a.
Are they a
I
part
guess-
of the Ecclesiarchy?
Yeah, roll me the lore ecclesiarchy.
All right, let's go for it.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, it's -5 penalty.
I don't know who it is.
Doesn't matter. You're pretty sure they're a type of priest.
It's got a skull on it, though. I don't like the skull vibe. It's very
I
Are We
mean-
the
I mean,
Baddies.
everything has skulls.
Are
Like,
we the
literally,
baddies?
Literally, your
Shot.
helmet has a skull. But yeah, you've heard about it. The Big Eye, the Inquisition. You think they're like detectives for the ecclesiarchy or something? They go after witches. You actually used to watch this soap opera back on your home planet about the Inquisition.
Mhm.
It was always in black and white. For some reason, there was always a guy chasing after a dame. Lots of frosted glass.
Oh yeah, of course. Mr. Question. I love that one. Man,
Mr.
this
Question.
is a real cool dude. They were right. Oh man, I bet I could just walk up and talk to him sometime. But yeah, it's like I don't see what they're saying. I see the badge, and I guess I also kind of like see his face and expression. How happy is this person?
Well, the door's shut, so.
Oh, okay. I thought I
it's literally
actually
just a-
had eyes on him. Never mind.
No, it's literally just a door with the seal on it. You could always try the door, see if it opens.
No, that sounds like a terrible idea.
But as you're standing there, you actually do see something else, namely the commissar rounding the corner with a tray full of food.
Oh, the commissar.
He goes,
Um.
Trooper Raygun, is there something that I can help you with here?
Oh, nah, just enjoying my time around here, just kind of gawking. It's a nice day. A nice
Yeah.
evening, I guess. I like the speech at the funeral.
Yeah, it was long.
I'll admit I'm terrible at the small talk thing.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it very often.
I agree. Well, better run. See ya.
Aren't you forgetting something?
And I'll blink and go. Am I?
We're not indoors, are we?
Ah, you're right. Got me there.
Yeah. So maybe your right hand should be doing something.
Whoop.
Yeah. Carry on.
Yes, sir.
And you see he's just sort of cursing under his breath as you beat a hasty retreat out of the way.
And he's like, gotta do the sloop back, hands full.
He's just bouncing on one. Just balance. He's like,
Are
If you'll
you
excuse
doubting
me.
that the commissar can do the Spider-Man trick?
I'm ambidextrous, thank you.
It catches everything on one thing.
Oh,
All right.
dear.
So, is there anything else you would like to do? You have a few hours left. You've managed to ditch the ecclesiarchy, or the itinerant priest.
Yeah. I've done a lot. I've talked to the sergeant. I've spent all my money. Well, anyone else got anything?
I think we're just waiting for the day.
I guess let's accelerate then.
All right. So
Let's see a fight.
the night of the fight happens. Does anybody want to bet money? Right now, Jort is expected to win.
I mean, money is basically useless, so no.
Oh yeah. It has no meaning, much like many of the lives around you.
Yeah, I'm betting 200 on George.
I mean, I'm assuming that I can
Alright.
at some point get like a payout in coin, so that I can then melt down the coin and use something with it.
No, but if you fold this paper enough times, you might be able to stab someone with it.
You'll make the Emperor face the other direction.
Oh!
Make an origami emperor.
That's
But,
heresy. You'll be shot by the
You've
itinerant
managed.
priest.
But yeah, so the night of the fight comes around, and we're only going to have 2 of these, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. First one to damage the other wins. So, Jort, you're up first.
All right.
And as you're doing this, you notice that you've been paired up against the other heavy gunner.
All right.
So-
I'll shake his hand. Good luck, boy.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes like,
Get him.
"Mhm. You might slay no servitor, but I ain't no servitor, so you're gonna get slain."
Oh, all right, boy.
Oh dear God, they're both from Planet Redneck.
Everyone was recruited from the same mountain.
We call it Brokeback Mountain.
On account of most people having lower back injuries from heavy lifting.
I'll just look over to the soldier to my left and go, "We're not all like that from that. We're not all like that from our planet. I swear."
Yeah. And then one of the soldiers next to you goes, You gotta listen to this fella right here. Some of us actually still got our teeths.
Oh no, I'm surrounded.
T-Fursers.
It's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, I got a denial appointment. Get a new crown.
Maybe I could go turn myself in and die first, real quick.
You ain't got no audacity over me. You can't tell me what to do over here.
You mean your mom's? What?
Punch out the rest of his teeth, George.
Yeah, you see as you're smiling at him, he goes, Careful, son. Keep smiling like that, you're gonna have to pick it off the floor tooth by tooth. Let's get on. And as he braces up, roll initiative to see who attacks first. 7. Can you beat a 7, George?
Hell no.
Apparently, bunch of
All
low
right.
rollers here.
He is gonna take a swing at you. And that's a miss. as he steps forward and you realize that he's already spent all of his money on liquor. And as he stumbles forward, he just does a straight up haymaker. And you don't even really, you just sort of like step out of the way.
It's
You're
against
up.
my abs of steel.
My abs.
Oh shit!
Alrighty then. Let's see. Yeah, that is a hit. Roll 1d5 minus 3. Don't forget to add your strength bonus. So overall, it's 1d5 plus 1.
Oh, okay. So then 4.
4. You manage to do a point of damage to him and just bop. And he's like, no, no, my teeth. Oh, I'm gonna have to see the denial.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, boy.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's
George,
I
fine.
don't
chew some gum
apologize, hit
and
him
try to like
again.
open up his mouth and stick it back in there. Stick the gum on his gums.
It's fine. It was mostly made out of corn cob, anyways. Not a big deal.
Oh shit!
But yeah, you've managed to deal a point of damage, hitting him for a point of fatigue, and that is where they call the fight. You're like, ha! And he staggers backwards. In the crowd, Raygun, you can hear some of the soldiers be like, "Yeah, it was more impressive when they get to fight until someone falls down, but considering they're going over the Via next week, I guess this makes sense." Yeah. Oh well, dead man walking, like the rest of us.
Who cares about that? George, you won. Good job. Woo!
Oh yeah, that was round 1.
You see in the background, they're like, "Yeah, Servitor Slayer's gonna get us up a tech priest here yet?"
So I put in a 200 bet. That was an even fight. I assume I probably get back 400.
It's 200 for him to win the tournament.
The tournament. All right, so we're still riding. Got it.
Meanwhile, Alexander, you're up, buddy. You're up against just the generic guardsman.
Yeah.
Roll me initiative. As
Yeah.
you walk in there, most of the people actively dislike you.
Of course they do.
They're like-
They would dislike me even more if they knew me.
So let me get this straight. It's fair for us to fight a goddamn tank? It's a tank with legs. All right, you go first.
Here's the thing, though, is I'm probably never gonna hit anybody. What's the? I guess a charge, right? I can charge at him, or is there no room between us?
I'd say you can charge since you have the initiative. Go for it. So just click weapon skill unless you have like a melee weapon, but
Nope.
just click weapon skill and then
It's fisticuffs.
+1.
I'm not cheating out the bat. What is
There
a
you
charge?
go.
It's plus 20.
Charges plus 20. Yeah. So charge plus 20. There shouldn't be any other modifiers. So
Oh, boom.
yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage, bud.
Which is what? D5.
1d5 minus 3 plus your strength modifier. So whatever your strength modifier is,
Strength is...
your actual strength modifier, not from your mechadendrites.
Right. Well, no, we already had that speech. You said D5 minus what? 3, you said?
Minus 3 plus your strength modifier.
So D5 minus 1.
Yep. You can do it. Whoa.
I mean, that includes
You
the
walk up
-1.
and you just...
Yeah, it's to get through his
Yeah.
toughness, though. This is the weakest soldier in the world.
Yeah, you walk up and you just go... And he's like, ah! Ha! And he tries to hit you back.
But
This
here's the
guy's
thing.
gonna rock 'em sock 'em robot. your
He's gonna
face.
He's gonna go all out.
He's gonna have to be the strongest guy in the world.
That is a hit.
Yeah, bring it.
And this is just...
He does register a really good hit there.
He jumps up. He like runs up you. He kicks off your knee and kicks you in the chin.
Oh yeah, this is the scene. This
Dealing
is
all
the
This
Brad
guy,
Pitt.
Luke Kane.
This is the Brad Pitt
Dealing
scene from
all-
Troy.
Dealing all of 2 damage to you.
No,
Would not even get through your toughness. Never mind being a machine.
yeah, no, don't happen. That's fortunate. Like I said, this is gonna be the scenario. Okay, what's my aiming option here?
Alright, we're gonna have 5 rolls, and it's just whoever scores the most points. Whoever lands the most hit in 5 turns.
Yeah, so I
Gonna be
guess
the
I'm just
win.
gonna half aim and then punch.
Sure. You can also do all out, which is a plus 30.
Oh yeah, then I'll all out.
Yeah, because you're not dodging anyway, right?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, there we go.
It's a hit. Roll damage. Just roll higher than. Nope. Close.
I'm assuming I gotta hit what, a
As long-
5? Oh man,
Basically, yeah.
if it's a 5, then this is just gonna be a point score thing because I can't do that.
All right, that's another hit on his part. I'm not sure. 1d5.
So what I'm looking at.
Oh!
That doesn't get through me.
It doesn't get through you, but I believe. Let me look up the Righteous Fury because I think this applies to maximizing rolls. I don't think it's a 10.
Mhm.
The rules for Righteous Fury apply with 10s counting as 5s in terms of damage caused. The fuck does that mean?
Yeah, but you didn't roll a 10 though.
So-
Good question.
Unarmed combat. Yeah, let's see here. The unarmed attack hits, it deals 1d5 minus damage plus carry strength bonus. Also inflicts 1 level of fatigue during unarmed combat. 10 is rolled on a die for damage. The rules for Righteous Fury apply, with 10s counting as 5s in terms of damage caused. As with most melee attacks, an unarmed attack can be parried. So, that's a weird way of phrasing that. So you can't roll a 10 on a die for damage unless you take a talent for it. The rules for Righteous Fury apply with 10s counting as 5s in terms of damage. Shouldn't that
I think
say
it's
fives
it
counting
sounds
as
to me
fives?
like a very specific case where it's giving you the rules in case somebody has the thing.
I would agree. So effectively, you can't get Righteous Fury in unarmed combat because you can't roll a 10. That annoys me, and I should have looked
I
at
mean,
that ahead of
technically,
time.
this guy's still winning in the points category since I'm assuming he's got 7 points and I have 4.
Well, it's not just the points; it's just how many hits have landed. So right now, he has hit you
Well, 2 and 2 then.
1. Yeah, 2 and 2. Because you hit him once, and then he hit you, and then you hit him, and then he hit you. So
Yeah.
back to your turn. As you just keep punching each other. You just keep slapping him back and forth. Every once in a while, your mechadendrite will come out and try and strangle him, but it doesn't
No, it
work.
won't. I'm holding it back. That was against
Like,
the
it
rules.
wants to. Roll damage. That is enough. As you step forward, and like he finally decides to run towards you, and you just stick your hand out, and he just chin checks your palm, and like you might not be able to hit him, but you're not going anywhere. So you effectively clothesline him as he chips his teeth and falls to the ground. You have won the fight, my friend. Well done. And now, between you and the Servitor Slayer, known as Jort.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. This is gonna be another forever battle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, initiative. That would
Initiative
makes
13.
All right, roll your initiative, Jort. Also, for going forward, I'm going to say if you roll max damage, it just counts for this combat.
Oh,
so it
come
doesn't
on.
take
That's the only benefit I've got. Don't take it away from me.
It's the only way you can win too, bud.
I don't know. I think
Jort
I
has a
could go
4.
to technicality.
All right, let's go for technicalities. Hit it.
That's a hit, I assume.
That is a hit. Roll your damage. Also, I don't think you can deal more damage than his toughness modifier.
Well, I guess this is where the point where I fall back on my previous argument. I don't know.
Yeah. Remember when I gave you the opportunity to win this?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I guess we're just going to see who can hit 5 times in a row.
That's right. Although, you do hear other people in the crowd begin to chant for Jort, as he is the favorite.
Yeah,
Jordan,
good
you
thing I have.
can try to dodge.
Good thing I have no emotions, so it's not like you're going to hurt me by chanting against me.
It's less that and more they are going to attempt to give him a get them a command. They're like,
Cool.
they're like, Jort! They're like, Jort, knock his fucking head off! And you see the other guy, yeah, take his teeth out if you got teeth, but if you don't got teeth, then take something else out. Maybe he's got a coffee maker in there.
I would install some teeth and then rip them out.
And
We
with
don't
the
actually
coffee
do that.
maker.
That would be a crime against the Empire. Who said that?
I guess since they're all egging me on, I'll go with ye old all-out attack.
All right, go for ye old all-out attack.
Alexander, did you program your servitor to cheer for you in the crowd?
Swing and a miss.
So far I'm winning on the who can hit each other 5 times in a row.
There
I
you
was
go.
too
You're up,
amped
buddy.
up.
All right. This is where I get my own comeuppance from bragging. Yep.
No, you can do it. Just keep slamming him in the face.
Nope. That's what I said. It's my comeuppance. I said something cocky.
There you go. If you hit him this time,
Oh, there's the hit.
there
Roll
we
your
go. We're back to
damage.
even.
Come on, Jort. So this is effectively 1d5 plus 1 plus 10
Damn.
points of damage.
Where'd the plus 1
I
come from?
don't think that passes you. So he has 4 strength. So if it's a -3, but plus
okay.
4.
So I was thrown off by the original one. Yeah, you hit me and you damaged me. You
Does
win.
that actually do damage to you?
Yeah.
Don't
well,
you have the?
I don't. I'm not wearing armor. I'm assuming we're not wearing flak jackets, right?
No. Then this would never end ever.
Yeah. So I
Right,
have.
so it's only the stuff you naturally have.
Yeah. So I have 8 armor.
So what's your
natural.
toughness bonus?
Yeah, I have 8 armor natural. I'm not wearing the flak jacket. That's why I said these guys never had a chance to hurt me. But if they're cheering him on with a get him, yeah, I have no chance against that.
Oh yeah. Jort, you walk up. How would you like to just moderately damage this person who's not allowed to use half of his ability? He literally has his mechadendrites tied behind his back. How would you like to hurt him?
I run up and I kind of like amp up the crowd. I'm like, ah, ah, and then I hit him with like a Batista bomb and just.
It's
The
like
one
I'm
thing
not.
the AdMech not trained for.
I say it's not like I'm stunned. I'm not just standing there waiting for you to hit me like a wrestling match.
George thinks it's a wrestling match.
It leaves like a dent in him.
He doesn't hit me that hard.
It's not even a dent. Like most, like he just has to take a half step back and like he coughs a little bit, and the crowd's like, "Yeah, no, that's damage. That's damage. That counts. Look, that counts."
I mean, to be
Rigged.
fair, I guess now you have your nickname for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
How short it may be.
Well, I was going to say for the rest of the campaign. That's why I changed it to rest of your life.
All right then.
If only
200,
we're fighting servitors.
200 chits in. How much do I get out?
So here's the thing. You did win, but mostly everybody put money for him to win because he was the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So you get your money back.
Your
There
worthless,
still has to
worthless
be at
money.
least like 10 people who like bet on
Yeah,
the AdMech.
you managed to get 5 chits extra on top of what you had bet.
Woo, 5. Yeah.
Everyone,
The market was saturated.
as the gambling section, as like the section of people who are actually gambling. Which, by the way, the commissar is walking around, and he just pretends not to see the gambling.
Of course. But everyone's really happy.
Everyone is really happy. They're less happy when they get their winnings back. Because like, yeah, we fucking won, and they get back like 5 credits each.
Yeah, it's like when
like,
everybody wins the lottery.
And here, of course, Alexander would have to go. It's like, well, by technicality, you did win.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, you could
Everyone who
win.
bets.
You could win all the chits on this base, and it wouldn't mean anything.
Oh yeah, it totally doesn't mean anything.
Oh, I just mean that all the chits
Yeah,
on this
pretty
base
much.
wouldn't buy you. I mean, a trip off of this base.
I mean, if you use them right, you could get shipped out in a body bag, like before.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yo, you mean the one that he technically owns the Empire for having ripped a hole in?
Yep.
The one with his name
So
on it?
as this is going on, the night starts to dwindle down, and in the morning you are destined to basically be tried by the commissar.
Mm-hmm.
This is also the last chance in order to basically get the lieutenant to choose you to be the next sergeant. And sadly, you had gone in as a shoo-in, However, the lieutenant is really, really proud and really, really inspired by the fact that you have old brass knuckle Jort the Servitor Slayer, Juggernaut Jort.
Uh-oh. George, I need you to take a pratfall for me.
A
George,
pratfall?
hey.
You mean a
Okay.
joke fall?
George, this is highly important. This is all the money I have, and I just press it to your chest. When you get offered anything, just say no.
Hey,
I
George,
look
you
at
want
the
this
money
donut?
and then look back at you, and then I'm like, no.
George, my life is on the line.
You just told me not to accept anything if it was offered to me.
My man.
Yep.
George,
All right. So
George, you are
we
a
are-
more dependable person than I've ever known.
So you find out that Sergeant York is by far the most sorry, not Sergeant York. That night, as everyone dwindles down, Lieutenant Harper addresses the crowd and he goes, "As you all know, we have lost one of our NCOs, the backbone of our squad, of our platoon, and an inspiration to us all. And while no one can ever fill his shoes, we do need to fill his spot. So, we are now going to decide, or I'm going to name now, who will be replacing Sergeant Laszlo as head of this new squad. So, I understand many of you had put forward Private York to be the new sergeant, and you hear a number of people being like, "Yeah, good cooking." And you see Sergeant York just sort of blushing and be like, "Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, no, that means so much to me. That's great. Yeah, thanks, mate. That's good. No, thank you. No, that's great." Sadly, he has a certain skill set that is too valuable for us to risk on the front lines.
Yeah,
So
that's
not
what I've been
only,
thinking this whole time. He's the cook. They're not gonna make him the sergeant.
yeah, not only do
Says the cook.
we're afraid that the failed cook. Not only would his presence be missed from camp, but quite frankly, I think all of you understand why we can't risk having such a fine cook throw his life away on the lines with the rest of you mongrels. And everyone starts like, yeah, that's funny. He's like, the sergeant, or the lieutenant goes, and true. Moving on. So far, I am of a particular fondness of the Juggernaut Jort, Servitor Slayer, the Iron Man himself. And you see a number of the other like, yeah, he hits hard, he's good.
Gosh dang it, why am I from this planet? Oh, right, that's why I tried to drag race, to get away from them really quickly.
And there he goes. However, a number of our sergeants have put forward another name, one that I had to consider rather carefully, and that is Private Raygun. And you hear a couple of guys with the clean las guns going like, "Yeah, he's kind of nice." Whip the shit out of Sergeant Laszlo. Like, and in the background, you hear the comments going like, "He hit him so hard. It was unnecessary," and I'm saying that.
They're like, yes, he will be brutal and effective in his new regime, yes.
Hopefully, he gets a chance to shoot the enemy. Yeah, hopefully he gets to shoot the enemy before we have to shoot him. All right, so here's the thing, Alexander. Since you are not in the running, roll me 1d2. Well, pick a number between 1 and 2, and then tell me whether or not that is Varro or if that is Jort.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm talking
boy.
with no mic. Pick a number?
Yeah, just pick a number. You can roll it if you want, but just whatever number you want the other person to be.
Oh, sure. I'll pick
So-
1 to be ray gun.
1 to be Raygun, which means 2 is
Alright.
Jort.
I was
So
gonna call
literally,
skills anyway.
your life comes down to a coin toss.
Woo, better. 50-50, better odds than I was hoping for.
Two. Come on, 2. George's better than ray
So
gun.
1 is Raygun, right?
too.
Ah, I live.
Oh, and worse
And
yet, I only have myself to
As
blame.
I have, and as he goes, moving forward, he's like, and as I have been told time and time again to listen to my NCO Corps, I will acquiesce to their experience in the matter. Private Raygun, stand up and be recognized.
Yeah. He like stands up, like a mixture between like shock, horror, surprise, maybe slight amounts of pride, cunning, all just like one mixed surprised emotion. It's like,
Yeah, and
yes.
as you step forward, he basically announces to everyone. He goes, as commander of this platoon, it is with great honor and respect that I I commit the rank of sergeant to our to Varro Raygun. May he be ever diligent in the execution of his duties and our orders. Let everyone here know that an order given by Sergeant Raygun can be treated as if given from my own lips. You're all dismissed. And he steps forward to like put the new rank on you. And he's like,
Mhm.
you have mustard all over this uniform. That's bad form. Go
Understood,
to
sir.
the Munitorum, have them issue you a new uniform, and get your sergeant stripes on all of them.
Yes, sir.
Any plans now that you're in charge of this unit? What would you like to do? What would you like to do moving forward? I understand, well, Juggernaut Jort, I had planned on putting on the front lines when we try and take the trenches back from the orcs, but the other sergeants told me that you might be willing to sign up for a special detail, an ancillary duty.
Yes, sir. I like to volunteer for special assignment.
That is a brave choice. We'll remember your sacrifice fondly. And
It's like, wait a second.
he goes, please report to the front of the forward base at 0600 tomorrow morning. Pack your things. I understand that the Inquisitor has provided us with a list of items that are vital for this mission. So, and he hands you a data slate.
Mhm.
Here is the outline of your mission going forward. And as you look at it, everything is just blacked out completely. Destination, blacked out. Commanding officer, blacked out. Purpose, blacked out. Time, blacked out. Everything on this is just blacked out except for the baseline, which is to say, expected casualties, high. Mission critical gear, and it's just a list of mission critical gear.
Oh boy. Is there a tank on that gear?
There is actually not a tank, but a chimera.
Ooh. Oh, that's extra special.
So
Yeah.
we'll see
I'm
what
gonna
you
die,
can
but
get.
I'll get a Skymera.
And as you're looking at it, all the way down, you see the seal of the Inquisitor, and effectively, as you get down, reading through all of it, it finally clicks that like, oh, wait a second, you do remember a little bit about the Inquisition. Namely that they tend to churn through regular soldiers pretty quickly. In fact,
Uh-oh.
the reason that this guy is here is likely because you are a brand new unit and thus can afford to give up more soldiers before this next attack.
Right. Well, Suicide Squad, everybody.
And that's where we're going to call it.
Do we know what Ordo he's from, or is he just like chilling?
You guys have no idea. That's not knowledge
Oh,
that you would
shit.
have.
Oh boy.
So, that is what we're going to call it. Thank you all very much. Feel free to spend your XP. Arcloid, if you need help making a character, by all means, just text me messages and I will read it out and respond to you. But good work, everybody. My condolences to Sergeant Laszlo, and my congratulations to Sergeant Raygun.
We're living in the worst possible timeline.
Oh, we sure are.
The darkest timeline has been achieved.
In the background, there's someone trying to put out a flaming piece of pizza with a sweater that is also on fire. Everything's terrible here.
Oh dear. Well, that's exciting, and Raygun gets to live for another mission.
Yep. So, and I forgot to play the background music for this, but here we go. Let's see if it works.
Oh, is this the level up promotion music?
No, this is the settling in. The last restful night you're gonna get is everybody sort of gathers around a little bonfire they made out of the barrels that had previously cremated Sergeant Laszlo. You can actually hear what is it, Private Swanson York out there playing on his little guitar. And as the night dwindles by, everybody's a little bit hungover. Even some of the ratlings are in the background, like just wrestling over a box. Like.
Somewhere in the background, an AdMech watches Sergeant Private York playing guitar, pining for what may have been.
The last feeling he had for a human gone.
I'm carving Laszlo's name in the femur.
Oh yeah, backup characters.
In fact, everyone make a backup character moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're probably gonna need it.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
you probably need to give us extra sheets then.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Well,
I'm
it's
gonna make
hard
a
to make a
Psyker.
backup character otherwise.
Psychers never get in trouble.
Just- It's the character sheet in your mind that matters. All right.
Well,
It's
the character sheet in my
our
mind
hearts.
has all 99.99s then.
Yeah, that's fine.
I also beat Ultimate
Alright.
Weapon and
I'm,
got his... Wait, what are we doing?
Death from above.
I'm still thinking about making that whatever it's called, Ogren.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Always fun until somebody puts an eye out or has to get
Well,
you back in the car.
Looks like I'll
Alright.
have to fall
Basically
back on
just
the...
short but bigger.
I'll have to fall back
Alright,
on the other
Arcloids.
previous idea of the only way to beat a sergeant is to go higher.
Yeah.
Can't deal with Griffin being in charge of me. Commissar time.
I've been thinking over my head. Literally, my thought process is gonna be looking at the admin and going, "I don't care what you do, just don't kill us or get us killed, and maybe occasionally save us, and we're good. I don't care."
I mean, literally, you've got to be the least hands-on sergeant of them all, seeing as you just got away with basically desertion. Amongst
So the funny thing
several
is,
crimes.
the funny thing is, he hasn't gotten away with anything yet. He's just literally left. Like they can't UCMJ him until he's back.
Okay,
so
okay.
Potentially,
He didn't get away
depending on
with
how
it,
the
but he
next-
got promoted, despite it. Let's say.
yes, this is true.
So yeah, I'll probably just die next mission. Then the admech doesn't have to worry about me being
There you
in
go.
charge. Oh, that'll be great. I guess I should also say if there's logistics to do, we should just cover that in the in-between before next time at some point, like how that's gonna go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping we would do.
Okay. In that case, I guess let's go ahead and do our wrap-up then. You guys got anything to say? Anything to advert?
No.
Right, this is the non-advert section. I forgot about that. Just so used to getting call in response to that one. But still, thanks for running the game. It's going great. Thanks everyone for being here, and thanks everyone for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course, join us Sundays and Wednesdays for more. And until next time, see y'all.